So hello everybody, Reece's Reviews here, and I'm smiling because I've tried to record this video 3 times now and I'm going a bit mental. There has been a problem, my dog barked, my phone rang, my door knocked, and let's see if we can get a good one. So, welcome to the video. And before I get into the video fully, I just want to say thank you. Because I've been getting a lot of support on the channel, I've been getting a lot of comments in the comment section, believe it or not. So just thank you very much if you're watching the videos, because it's giving me confidence, you know, it's making me know that you actually like what I'm doing. So thank you very much for that. So as you can see by the title, we're starting a new series. And I do want to get some kind of actual rhythm going rather than just uploading randomly. So I am planning to do this series every Monday. Sorry. So, this series, is titled The Many Characters of American Horror Story. So if you saw my top 5 television shows video the other day, then you will know that I talked about American Horror Story. And within the American Horror Story segment I talked about, I said that I wanted to do a series on American Horror Story because with the way it works with the anthology, because it's an anthology series, I feel like there's a lot I can talk about. So I want to give a major shout out to my friend Tash. I can't use her full name because she will murder me. And Tasha, we were talking, and she came up with this idea of just talking about the characters because I choose my seasons, my favorite seasons, off of the characters. And so the reason I decided to do this series as well is because me and Tasha were talking, and she came up with the name as well. That's all her. So yeah, just made a shout out to Tasha for helping me with this series, helping me think of this series. So what this series is basically going to be is every Monday, I will make a video about talking about one of the recurring stars of American Horror Story. So if the actor has played at least 4 roles, I will talk about them. And so, yeah, I feel like I get a good few videos out of this, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I will enjoy talking about it, because I really do enjoy talking about American Horror Story, and I know my friend Tash does too. So, let's get straight into it. So, as you can see by the title of the video, this week we are doing Sarah Paulson, one of the 3 people that have been in every season of American Horror Story, and I think I would go as far as saying she's probably my favourite of the American Horror Story people. Actors. I really do like Sarah Paulson. I mean, I'm a big fan of Kathy Bates, a really big fan of Kathy Bates, but Sarah Paulson is just so fun in this film, in this show. I really think she is. So let's get started. In the first season of American Horror Story, Sarah Paulson played Billie Dean Howard. Now, Billie Dean Howard was a character that I don't think she was in it enough to really be classed as, a full character. But, I mean, because to me, she was kind of just a plot device. And by that I mean, she was kind of just used when the script needed her to be used. To, basically just as exposition, to give violent information, to give Constance information. And I don't really think Sarah Paulson was given enough leg room with this character. So for that reason, I think Billie Dean was just kind of an average, okay kind of character that, like I say, is more of a plot device to me. But like I say, she didn't do anything, completely annoying or completely, absurd that made you hate her, like some people on this list. But, yeah, she wasn't she wasn't in it enough, I don't think. But then she returned in Hotel, and sadly, it depends how you look at it, she didn't have a big role in Hotel either. So, well, Sarah Paulson did, but Billie Dean didn't. So, in Hotel, she pretty much just came back as this, person who was hunting ghosts, and that was about it. She didn't really add anything. It was kind of just a nice nod to Murder House, and that's all it really was. But then her second character was a much bigger role. I would say the main character of the season. There was a couple that could have been said the main character of the season, but this to me was the main character of the season. And it was Lana Winters from American Horror Story Asylum. Now, she is the main character, and you're supposed to root for her. Because, she got raped by Buddyface, and she got shock therapy, but I can't stand this character at all. I hate her with a burning passion. I just don't like this character at all. Am I saying that she deserved to be raped? No, I'm not, because I don't know if she did. But the main reason I hate her is because I can't feel sympathy for her. You're supposed to feel sorry for her that she's been falsely imprisoned in Briarcliff. But to me, it didn't feel like I should feel sympathetic for her, because in the first episode, she's there to do a story on the bakery in Briarcliff. And Sister Jude says, don't get too big for your boots and stay away from this place. And Lana Winters not only doesn't listen to that, but blackmails Sister Mary Eunice into helping her get into Briarcliff. So I can't feel sorry for her. That's just my problem with that. And then that dinner date scene at the end of Asylum makes me... it's one of the reasons, genuinely, that I hate that I don't like that season as much as, others, is because I just don't like Lana Winters. How, when Kit Walker's you said you were going to shut down Briarcliff, and Lana just, says, people change. I'm not an angry person, but I've never wanted to punch someone in the nose more than I have when I see Lana Winters say that. Because it's just so annoying. It's you've been through that, and you just letting them... It's even got worse since you've gone, and you're still letting them stay there. So for me, I just didn't like her. And then she did return in whatever it's called, Roanoke, that mess. But Roanoke, again, all she really said was, problems come our way. And it's but you caused the initial problem. If you'd have just stayed away, nothing would have ever happened. So, I don't know, it's hard to get through Lana Winters. Just anything with her, because she irritates me. But her next character was one I actually really, really liked, and this was Cordelia Foxx from Coven. And Coven is my favourite season, I'd say by a good mile, because I love just everything about the season, the characters, the story, just everything about it. So, Cordelia, I really felt for Cordelia, because she wanted to help. She did. And all through the season, she was just getting heckled from this and heckled from that. And she had a lot of innocence about her, I feel. And having her become the Supreme in the end was a really, really nice thing. And honestly, I just really did feel for Cordelia when she was being heckled by everyone. Because it showed that she wasn't just this useless thing. And I loved her in general. Cutting out her own eyes for the Coven provided one of the most unwatchable American Horror Story scenes I've ever seen, but also one of the most valiant, because it was Jesus, you really, really do want to help this Coven. And that to me was so nice. Cordelia's not my favourite character in Coven, but she is very, very good. So next was American Horror Story Freak Show, and now this is one of my most underrated seasons. I think I actually love this, and I absolutely love Hotel as well. I really think those two are both really good seasons. And I think the Sarah Paulson role in both of them are very, very good. Bette and Dot Tattler, I think it's not my favourite of Sarah Paulson's roles, but I think it is her best, because the dedication it took to film both Bette and Dot was massively, massively just appreciated, I feel. And, I've heard somewhere, I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, but apparently every scene with Bette and Dot together took about 15 hours to film, and that is true dedication to your television show. But I see Freak Show get a lot of bad shtick, and I love Freak Show. I really, really do. I'm not talking about Freak Show here because, this isn't the right place for it. I don't want to talk about the seasons. But the Sarah Paulson character was... I loved Bette and Dot. The thing I love the most about Bette and Dot is how different they are. They are so different in terms of, their personalities. And I think Sarah Paulson gets that balance just perfectly. I love that one scene where they're about to be sawed in half, where they're about to have that operation to separate. And Bette says, I'm not simple-minded. I know we can't both survive the surgery. And I want to give my life to you, sister. Because that was a really, really pivotal moment. Because all through the season, they've gone through as people that... Honestly, it doesn't look like they even like each other. But then that moment there just really pinpoints how much love they actually do feel for each other. And it was so sweet. It really, really was. But then, on to my absolute favourite of the Sarah Paulson characters. And one of my favourite American Horror Story characters overall. Sally Mckenna. Also known as Hypodermic Sally from Hotel. This character was just so unbearably relatable. Because all she really wanted was to not be lonely. And everyone has that kind of thought. And I think it just works so well. Because what I loved so much about Sally is she never needed to be there. At all. But you'd miss her if she wasn't. Because she was such a fun character. And I mean that... Because the first introduction we have to her is she says, like... I've got dibs on this one, Iris. As that, like, tweaker's walking up the stairs. And you're like, what's she got dibs on? And then he starts getting raped by this weird monster. And it's like... Why do you want dibs on that? But it's because she wants to be loved. And that, to me, is just sweet. After taking this death, she got pushed out of a window. To me, it was just really, really nice. Dog. I just really, really like Sally. And she provided the absolute cringiest scene in the whole of American Horror Story. When she was, sewn together with those two people. And she had to rip herself out. That was really hard to watch, but so good. So next is probably my least favourite of the Sarah Paulson characters, because while I hated Lana Winters, I at least liked Sarah Paulson's performance as Lana. But I hated... Because the thing with Roanoke is, like, as I said, I love the characters of American Horror Story. It's what I choose as how I choose my favourite seasons. And the thing with Roanoke is it was like a season within a season. Like, American Horror Story Roanoke was the season. But then inside American Horror Story Roanoke, there was My Roanoke Nightmare, which was a season created by the Cheyenne Jackson character. That's a dog. And to me, that just was confusing. And yeah, if it sounds confusing, it should be, because it is confusing. But because of this, there was only 5 episodes within each season of My Roanoke Nightmare. And there was no character development within those 5 episodes. That was my problem. And Shelby Miller... She had, like, a pretty big part in the first season of My Roanoke Nightmare inside of Roanoke. But she still felt, to me, just like a plot device. Like a plot device that was just screaming and saying, Matt, 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 there's someone coming. And that to me was like, what are you doing? Honestly, I just don't understand what they were doing with Shelby Miller in this. And then... I mean, I still think it was better than the Lily Ray performance of Shelby Miller, I think, a little bit. But it just wasn't that good. However, on the opposite end of the spectrum, while I think in the whole of Roanoke, there's only about 3 really fleshed out characters. And I think one of them was Audrey Tindall, who was, Sarah Paulson's character for the latter half of Roanoke. And I really liked Audrey, I do. I like the British accent. I don't think it was necessary, but I think it was fun. And... I just really, really liked Audrey, because in that last scene, when she dies, I feel for her so much, because she sees Lee. She sees all these officers around her, and she doesn't care. She just loses sight of everything, and all she wants to do is get revenge for the people that have died because of Lee. And she grabs that gun, and she gets mowed down herself. But in that moment there, everything is gone from her mind. And she just wants to finish Lee off. And I love that part. It's easily my favourite part of Roanoke, just watching that final part. And I just really liked Audrey Tindall as a character. I think that she was good. I think in a proper season of America, if Roanoke was like a proper season, I think she would have just been amazing. I just do. So... that is the characters of the many characters of American Horror Story. The first episode, Sarah Paulson. Tell me what you think of American Horror Story in the comment section down below. Have you even watched it? And if you have, please tell me what do you think of the Sarah Paulson characters. I do have a couple friends that watch it, I know. I'm sure I'll see Screen Talk. Larry, I'm sure you'll be commenting. But, yeah, I will put a ranking in the description down below, because I haven't actually got a ranking at the moment. I'll just give you my favourite is Sally Mckenna, and my least favourite is Shelby Miller. But I will put the full ranking in the description down below for any of you that are interested. So, thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, and it shows me that you like what I'm doing. And subscribe to stay updated with my content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.